All right, welcome to tonight's training. I feel like it's been a couple of weeks. We didn't have one last week. Um, but it's so good. I'm very excited for this week because at the end of this weekend we have a get together in Tauranga, and those events are like you just need to be at events. Hi Michelle, hi Stuart. The events are what like bring your bigger vision out there. Like they get you together, the community is there, you meet people from the wider team, you probably follow some other Arbonne consultants online too. So it's really good to put names to faces and meet people in person. We have all the new makeup soon as well. So I think it's the 18th, don't quote me on that day. I did see in the VP Facebook group that if the stock arrives in New Zealand sooner, they're going to bring it online sooner. So, who was that? Yeah, just make sure you're muted. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. I've seen it on the US and the Canada, so it's all online if you want to go into the US and the Canada website and check it out now. But tonight is going to be really big health focused. So I really wanted to get Stacey to talk. This is actually her first time talking, but she has lost, don't quote me, she'll probably tell you, but maybe 18 kgs in the last 6 or 7 months. And it's just been incredible to see Stacey, how committed she is. And I have known Stacey since maybe 6 years ago when she used to train with me with my boot camps. And then I've lost contact, probably all the way up until, yeah, when you joined through Arbonne and just wanting something different. So it'll be so cool to hear from you in person. So I'm going to pass over to you, Stacey.
Hello, everyone. I guess I'll just talk a little bit about why and how I got into Arbonne. So I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I had really bad pregnancies with both of them. So I was really, really sick. I ended up having to be on medication for both of my pregnancies because I just couldn't keep food down. So I ended up getting I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't cook at home because I couldn't smell the food. If I smelt food, it would just instantly make me throw up. So I ended up just eating takeaways a lot. And I just started living off takeaways because that's all that I could eat. And then I ended up putting on a lot of weight by the time I had my second child. And then Emily messaged me, I think it was about August when you messaged me about joining Arbonne. And at the time, my partner was on a weight loss journey as well. So he was 150 kgs and he just wanted to change his life. So I thought, why not start on my Arbonne journey at the same time? So we started doing our boot camps and I became a consultant, and it's the best thing that I've ever done because it finally gave me the motivation that I needed after having kids to lose the weight. So I started with the Green Gut Glow originally, and I found for me, it motivated me. Like I would wake up in the morning and I would just be so motivated to have the drink. And I felt like I was finally putting something good into my body where I've never done that before. Like I'm not someone who ate a lot of fruit and vegetables for a start, and I didn't really nourish my body. So yeah, that I started with that, and then I've slowly just trying to build up my Arbonne products because I want to try and have everything that I take Arbonne because I just absolutely love the company now, and I love the stuff that they put in their products, and it just makes me feel amazing. So I've just done the 30-day challenge and I loved that. I've become obsessed with that clean tox tea. It's like my nighttime ritual now. I absolutely love that. So yeah, I love the protein, the fizz sticks I have every single day. Um, yeah, I just need to try and get into the skincare now. I'm so interested to go and try that all out at the event on Saturday. But yeah, I have lost must be about nearly 20 kgs so far. So just with Arbonne products and doing my boot camps. So that's, yeah, it's the most weight I've ever been after having my two kids. So I was 93, just over 93 kgs at the end of my second pregnancy. So yeah, it was extremely hard like when I first started because I remember my first boot camp, I couldn't even get through the second round. I was just exhausted and I was like, I cannot keep going. But yeah, I just found just the Arbonne products every day. It made me look forward to waking up, having my products, and it kept me motivated throughout because I know if I'm going to spend that much money on stuff, I needed to make it a lifestyle change, and that's what I've done. Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Like actually like is music to my ear just seeing the transformation. And I've been watching you on your Instagram. If you don't follow Stacey, go follow her. She's literally every single day she posts up her workout, she'll post up her nutrition, and you can actually go back and scroll back and see her body shape just getting smaller. And you're getting fitter with your exercise. That's so cool to see. Well
Yeah.
done. Okay. Where are you, Stuart? Let's go find you.
Hello, my darling.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
All right. I'll
Is
pass
it
it
is
over
it
to you.
is it me?
Yes, I'm just gonna find you. Sorry. I'm like super bad with my Zoom. Um
Um,
yeah, we can take it away for
okay.
Stuart.
Okay, sorry. I've got my camera rather than my actual computer, so I'm going to look straight down my camera. So I just want to say to Stacey, that was absolutely incredible. I just love hearing those stories, and I just love when you really get into a flow with Arbonne and using the products. It just honestly just changes your whole entire life. And that reminds me, I just want to show you if I can find this really quickly, the before and afters of people when they very first start Arbonne is just ridiculous. So this was me when I so this is not necessarily like about weight loss. This is just more about the kind of like the personal growth journey using the products and just Arbonne in general. So when I very first started my Arbonne business, this was like 2 months into starting. This is me and my husband Francis. Can you see that photo? The glow up is the glow up is real, although it is early in the morning this morning. Then the next one is, does everyone know Sarah Dunning? Do people know Sarah Dunning? So Sarah Dunning is my sponsor. Um, let me see if I can find her. So this was when Sarah was a regional vice president. And she basically, I remember so clearly, I never had any money before Arbonne, and she walked into, as a regional vice president, walked into the Apple store and brought a brand new iPad. And I was like, imagine being able just on a whim to decide, oh, actually, do you know what? I need an iPad and go out and buy an iPad. I was like, this is outrageous. I'd have had to save for like a whole year to be able to afford something like that. And so this is Sarah's photo of when she did that. And oh God, can I find it quick enough? I'm not sure I can. But basically, I'll send it on the group because I can't find it. Oh, where is Sarah's? Let me just quickly just search in. This was not what I was going to talk about, but basically, after you talk about the products and the transformation that you've had, Stacey, I just got really inspired. I'll send it on the group because I don't want to waste anyone's time. But the before and afters of all the national vice presidents in my team is just huge from using these products on a regular basis. So what I really want to talk to you about. Has everybody read the book from Eric Worre, the the GoPro? Has everyone read that book? If you haven't, get that on your to-do list. What he talks about, great. I think most people have. If you haven't, get back to the first book that you absolutely need to master. And what I'm going to be talking about today and over this next few weeks with you all is basically his 7 steps. So what I want you to do right now on a piece of paper, on maybe even on the chat, would be really good so I can actually see it. On the chat, I'm going to go through his 7 steps, and I want you to give yourself a mark out of 1 to 10 on how good you are at each of these steps. So if you are a terrible person at finding prospects, I want you to put a 1. And if you're really good at finding new prospects and people to speak to, give yourself a 10. So we just give yourself a mark on here so I can just see where we're at on each of these levels. So number 1 is finding prospects. Where are you at? How good are you at finding new people to speak to? 8, Emily, stunning. Love that. 5, 4, it's going down. Be brave. Not very good. Okay, great. Because these are all things I can teach you and how to be an absolute ninja. Okay, 1, 2, not very good. Perfect. Okay. Number 2 is inviting people to speak to invite people to the presentation. How good are you at literally going on your laptop or going on your phone and going, will you come and speak to me about Arbonne? How good are you at that? 1, 1. Oh God, this is great. We've got some work to do. 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that's a definite 7, 6. Great. The next one is 3, presenting your product or opportunity. How good are you at the presentation or presenting the product to somebody? I would basically be focusing mainly on the business because that's the thing that's always my first port of call, and then I introduce people to the products after that. But how good are you at introducing people to the business and the product? 1, 9. Oh, great. 2, 7, 2. Okay, so you're better at that than you are 1. I love this honesty, which is great because we can this hopefully over these next few weeks, I'm going to be able to get you to number 10 on all of these things by the end of this training. The next one, number 4, following up. How good are you? How good would you say at following up? What is your number at following up? This was the thing for me. So I felt like I was like a 6 at most of the things at the beginning, but I could not, for the life of me, follow up. That was like my worst thing. Oh my God. Are these the follow-up numbers? Great. They're actually really high. So the follow-up for me was the worst. Number 5, helping prospects become customers or distributors. Number 5, how good are you at helping people become? So when they say yes, okay, let's go. What's your skill set of like getting them started? Actually, that's number 6. Great. Yeah. 4. Great. Okay, perfect. Say my internet is just going crazy. Is it fine? Is my internet okay? Okay, great. And then just the last one I want to talk about is number 7, promoting events. How good are you? Number 1, at going to the events, and number 2, how good are you at promoting events? What is your skill set there? Because as a leader, that's the key skill. That's the key skill. 9, yes, great. Of getting to the next level of accelerating your business is number 1, going to every single event. If there's an event over on the Gold Coast, you're there. If there's an event, I know sometimes in when you very first start Arbonne, Vegas is a bit financially not available. But if you can afford it, then you're there. Because honestly, that bigger picture of Vegas for me, when I first went, to be honest, the first year I went, I was totally overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, this many people are successful in Arbonne. I thought it was just me and a few of my friends that were doing Arbonne. And then you see the bigger picture of like, this is huge. Your vision just explodes. So okay, great. So I love your honesty, and it's great to see. So what I want to just quickly go through over these next few weeks is each of these steps on becoming an absolute ninja. What I thought I would talk about first of all is actually not the one that you guys struggle with the most. So I'll come back to that one because I really want to make sure that I get something really clear in my mind of writing something great. But for me, when I very first started, was following up with prospects. I I had a Facebook friends list of 400 friends, and I thought, okay, if I can just go through every single one of those people, even if I didn't think they were right for Arbonne, I would still speak to that person because that person may know 30, 40, maybe 100 people that I don't know that could be interested in the business. So it could be a referral. So I'd always speak to absolutely everyone at the beginning of my Arbonne business, even if I didn't think they were right for it. And so that part for me was fine. Finding prospects was fine because I had a whole pool of people. Inviting prospects again was fine. I could write a message to someone. That for me wasn't scary. But again, I know some of you feel maybe a little bit scared about doing that. I can help you with that later on. Presenting the opportunity is basically you've got the cue cards. Do you have cue cards and like what to say in the presentation? Do you have that information? Yeah, no, yes, maybe. If not, I can send you Sarah's cue cards and basically the presentation, the cue cards, what to say. And then for my very first few presentations, I wrote out key bullet points on a piece of card and I would go through each bullet point and talk through that person on a one-to-one basis over a coffee. And so I could do that. That was nice and easy. And everybody can read from a cue card and present the business. But I can show you how to do that later on. But following up with prospects was the worst thing for me. So that's what I'm going to talk about over these next few minutes now on how to become a ninja at following up. Because for me, when I very first started, I didn't want to become a salesperson. I didn't want to feel like I was pushing people into Arbonne. I didn't want to feel like icky around my friends, and I didn't want people to walk away from me when they saw me down the street going, oh, there's that Arbonne boy, get away from him as quickly as possible. So I had a lot of kind of like baggage when it came to follow-ups because I didn't want to feel like I was being pushy or over persuasive. What I've learned as a dad is actually the other day, my son Rio didn't want to go to swimming. I know that when he's 10, when he's 12, when he's 25, having this fundamental skill of swimming is really, really, really important. I want him to come to New Zealand and meet you all and be able to go in the sea and be able to swim in the sea and not drown, basically. So I understand that. So when I'm taking him to swimming and he says, oh, Daddy, I don't want to go swimming today. I'm like, that's okay. I understand you don't want to go swimming, but it's really important that you go swimming because I have this vision for you that you can swim in the end. So I find that's quite like helping people understand the bigger vision of Arbonne. Sometimes when people first hear it, their first reaction is no, I don't want to do it. I feel scared. I don't want to go to that place. But if you can see a bigger vision for that person, it's about helping that person understand, like, listen, I'm not pushing you into this. I don't want to convince you to make this choice and start an Arbonne business. But I see such a big vision for you and your family if you take this on board. I see you as a national vice president. And so it's fine if you absolutely say no to me. I really don't mind you saying no to me, but understand where I'm coming from at the same time is that when I see such like exciting future for you, I'm also going to really want to help you see it for yourself. And that might take a few exposures. So when you're speaking to your prospects and you're trying to do that follow-up, I think that whenever you finish that follow-up, you're trying to get a yes or a no. Either way is absolutely fine. But if it's a maybe, then what you're going to do, and this is what I've learned over the years of my Arbonne business, is that when you first present, when you first follow up, 9 times out of 10, that is going to be like, oh, I'm not sure, maybe, or no, I'm not sure. So what you're going to do from that point is you're going to say, that's absolutely fine. I totally get it. On Thursday, we've got an event and I would love you to come and speak to more people, see this event. So that's why having like a Discover Arbonne or an event or a Zoom or something is really handy to have in it on a constant basis. So invite them to a launch, invite them to an event, invite them to a coffee with your sponsor. Like always have, before you leave a follow-up, before you go to a follow-up, sorry, always have something in the diary that you can invite them to and go, actually, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry about today. Let's meet up on Thursday or next week or 2 weeks time and let's have a coffee with my sponsor, who I think you'll really, really like. She's a great girl, whatever it is. So don't be disappointed. So when I used to be so scared of the word no and feel like, oh God, they're going to be horrible to me, or when I'd come back with I'd go and get my products, and I would feel like slightly nervous. But if you take the pressure off, it's not about whether it's a yes or a no. It's about whether you can book in another exposure for them to speak to the next person, whether it's your sponsor, whether it's Pearl, whether it's whoever, like Emily, like just whoever you're trying to get that person to speak to, just book in the next exposure, next exposure, next exposure. So for me, obviously, you guys know or might not know Samantha Reed, who is your upline, your national vice president. She took, I would say, around about 7 or 8 exposures to me, because when I very first met her, I didn't know her at all. Presented the opportunity to her. She was like, "No, darling, not for me. I'm a property girl. I've got loads of properties. I'm not interested. I've got loads of money, whatever." I was like, "That's absolutely fine. Let's meet up in another couple of weeks. Let's go for a drink. Let's hang out." So that's what I did. I did that again. Then I was like, "Oh my God, I've got a party coming up with all my friends. Come and meet all my friends. You'll love them." And that was an Arbonne event. Did like a Christmas party. She was there, loved it. And so over time, she started to see, actually, these people are exactly like me. These people are successful, and they're doing really, really well with Arbonne as well. And so over time, she goes, "Okay, I can do this. Let's get me started." And then obviously as a national vice president, direct me now. So if you see the vision for people, if you're at the swimming lesson with your child and they don't see the vision for themselves yet, but you see it for them, that's how I always see Arbonne. And that's when I see a brand new consultant. Like, I see the vision for you. Tell them the vision that you see for them. Like, the reason why I introduced you to Arbonne is because I can see for you, not for me. Like, if you do this, it doesn't make any difference to me, because I just want to see you succeed. And if you take that pressure off yourself, off you promoting, off of you becoming a national vice president, and put it on them, like, I see it you. Like, this is going to change your entire life. Yes, you're going to be balanced. You may be overwhelmed, started, and you get to know all the products, etc., etc. But once you've got to this point and you are a national vice president, and we're in Maui every year, we're earning AIT every year. Imagine how it's going to feel. Like, really paint the bigger vision for what's possible with Arbonne. You do. It's so important for that person to see this business for themselves. And that really does come from when you're listening at the beginning of the very first presentation, which I'm going to go through at another stage. When you're listening to that person, what is their why? Why do they want to do Arbonne? Why would this be good for them? What is going to check? What part of this business is going to change their lives? Is it the product? Is it the business? Is it the financial security they need? What is it? Find that, write it down when they're saying it, so you can always remember and always come back to that. And then your follow-up, just remind them all the things that they were like, "I want to change my life about." Like, this is the answer. Arbonne is the only answer. And for all of my success line, all of my team, like, I know Arbonne wasn't necessarily the vision that we had for ourselves from growing up. We didn't think, "I really want to be an Arbonne consultant," but this is just the vehicle to get you from where you are right now to the big vision for your life. And everybody on this call has that kind of like person or spirit or whatever inside them that knows who they want to become and who they feel like their next level version of them is. And everybody has that, not just us, but everybody. And this business just helps detect who that person is and helps that person blossom into the best version of themselves. So in terms of follow-up, just going back just for the last few seconds of my training, in terms of the follow-up, you're going to make sure that person's tried the product and has a good experience with the product. You're going to make sure when you get to that presentation, gets that follow-up, don't feel nervous, because all you're doing is inviting that person to the next exposure. Don't feel upset if that person says yes or no. It doesn't matter which way they go, but you're just, even if they are a no, you're just inviting them to the next exposure to speak to the next Arbonne consultant. And just listen to that person. Just like, what is that person saying? Help that person understand that Arbonne is the key to unlocking that life that they know that they deserve. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go through each of those 7 steps over these next few months and help you become a ninja, everyone. But I want you to take on board the follow-up. It is so important. So make sure that you help yourself get to number 10. If you're not number 10 right now at following up, what have you got to do this month to become a 10 at following up? So over and out from me. I hope that really helps. I love you all so much. I love hearing you. Stacey, you are honestly so inspiring. I loved your training so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
have to dash now. I hope
That's
that's
great.
okay. I need to Francis is going to TikTok head offices this morning.
Oh,
So
exciting.
I
Thanks,
will speak to you
Stu.
all
You're
soon.
amazing.
Bye.
Thank you. Oh, he's so good. So good.
So
So
good.
he is talking about like all those questions he asked us is like, it's like your 7 principles around network marketing. So I've just put the Spotify link into our group chat. So put that on like driving, walking, when you're doing your workout. Like that is the only way I've ever listened to podcasts, especially being a mum. You just like doing the dishes, whatever, just put it in your ears and you slowly start to like build these skills. He will come on and onto our trainings as well and really help build them up for us and help you implement them. But for the meantime, this Saturday we have the events. I'm going to put a group chat together for everyone who's going so we can either be carpooling or, you know, make sure once we're there, well, we can all meet up. It's going to be the best event ever. But yeah, that's it for tonight. And then, Pearl, do you want to say anything? I don't know.
No, but I'm very excited. I haven't been to an event for ages because I have too many kids. But I loved what he said. And honestly, the events, I remember going to my first event after I'd sort of started this business. And honestly, the events are what really, they're sort of like part of the catalyst to really booming in your business, because all of a sudden your eyes just get so opened to the fact that there is every different kind of person in these businesses, in network marketing, in this business particularly, and it does not come down to what you know, who you know, what skill set you have, or anything like that. The one sort of thread in everyone is just that they're driven enough to make the change to work their business, and they're self-driven, and that's the key to this business. I think anyone can do this business, but it's easy to quit, and because no one's going to be telling you, oh my gosh, you know, you didn't turn up to work or you didn't work your business, you're going to get in trouble. Nothing happens. And what you can achieve in this business, like Stewie comes on, and it's funny, and a few of you, like, welcome Tessa and beautiful Antonia, it's your first training. But Stewie, I mean, he's turning over, what was the numbers? It was something like 50 grand a month.
But
You know,
more
and
than
he used to, when he started this business, he was a coat boy. He worked at a place where he was hanging the coats at clubs, like this fancy club, and he took people's coats and he hung them in the closet. And that was what he did. I mean, when he started this business, to now earning this incredible income and living this bloomin' dream life. And that's the thing, that's the difference. He just wanted this business enough to make the change, to drive this business and become who he is now. And I've seen videos when he came over and stayed at my mum's place. He's done it a couple of times now, actually. And, you know, showed me little videos of him when he first started. And he was so different. Do you know what I mean? So much more shy and reserved. And now he's become this incredible, confident, wonderful man that's helped thousands of people change their lives, and that's what this business does. So it just gets me very excited about it all. But yeah, I can't wait to see everybody. It's going to be great.
Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you so much, Pearl. And thank you so much, Stacey, for talking tonight. We will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.